Hey everybody. I was going to do this podcast day before yesterday, but I couldn't. Something happened with the system. Don't know what, but I was denied to get out there to the viewers. So I'm doing it today. I was going to do it yesterday again, but then it messed up again. So hopefully this time third time's the charm. What I'm going to talk to you guys about today is the misconduct by the sheriff. And it has come to my attention that there has been a lot of misconduct, but I'm just going to hit on a few things that the state hit on first, and then I'm going to add a couple of things and show the county that, hey, the county has allowed this sheriff to have an open checkbook, and there are no checks and balances on him. And I'm going to show you where that money is taken out, money's not put back in, and it's just disappeared. And this has happened for years. And I did a request to Steve Bizzle for all the information forms for his wrongful doings and his day-to-day operations. I'm entitled to it. The people of the county are entitled to it. And it doesn't matter what he thinks, what he wants to do. It doesn't matter. We are all entitled to see the records if we request them. There's some records that we can't request and get. That's administrative. That is, and when I say administrative, that means employee stuff, so forth, so on. But we can all see the tax records of money spent, money put in, so forth, so on. But he feels like he's above the law. He has no law. He doesn't have to go by regulations. And he's going to learn the hard way that he's going to have to comply like everybody else does. And he's not above the general statutes of North Carolina. It's time we change this sheriff's office. It's not transparent. And the reason why it's not transparent is because I'm fixing to show you some things that he doesn't want you to know. Anyway, let's get to it. Everybody remembers the state audit where, Beth Wood came in, did an audit because of a complaint. Well, how that audit works is pretty much whatever the complaint is on, that's all they investigate. They don't investigate the whole thing. They don't do details. They don't go from start to finish. They only do those particular things. So I made a call and I said, well, what's going to get it for y'all to go in, audit all the records and see where this money has gone to? And they gave me a summary about pretty much, if there's a complaint on it, they can audit it. Well, that's why I wrote Mr. Bizzle that detailed request for records. Now that he's not giving it to me, he's not replied, great. Now I have something to stand on to go to the state auditor with so they can actually investigate the whole thing. So we're going to treat it that way. But there's certain things you look for misconduct. And according to the U.S. Department of State Office of Inspector General, theft, misuse of government property, the intentional and unauthorized taking, destruction, or use of government money, property, or records. There are 3 flags that indicate employee misconduct, and Steve Bizzle has hit every single one of them. The first one, procurements over $7,500 not competitively bid or negotiated. Repeated sole source awards without documentation. Think back, News and Observer reported what the state Auditor Beth Wood's office found. The sheriff should obtain at least 3 quotes for all purchases greater than $7,500 in accordance with the purchasing policy. The state auditor's response, what they found, was that he purchased equipment and vehicles and all through the purchasing policies. The police supply store without obtaining 3 written quotes, so forth, so on. When they did this audit, they sent it all in, and then Johnston County comes back and says, oh, we're going to respond to this. So the county attorney responded, made a response. Now, why, if Steve Bizzle, the sheriff's office, feels like they are not part of the county, then why is the county attorney responding? Shouldn't it just be the sheriff? But the county attorney responded, the board believes when the sheriff purchased vehicles and gas masks for the sheriff's office, he was acting in good faith, seeking to save taxpayer money while obtaining vehicles and equipment necessary to serve the citizens of Johnston County. The Johnston County Board of Commissioners will enforce the county's purchasing policy to ensure competitive prices are obtained for all purchases greater than $7,500. Well, this tells me that the board didn't know about it, and no one knew about it, but they're saying that they believe in their sheriff that he was going to save money. So Johnston County Sheriff, Mr. Steve Bizzle, replies with a long letter. I don't know who wrote it, but it damn sure won't Steve. But anyway, the first thing he says is, the Johnston County Sheriff's Office, although according to the decisions of the North Carolina Supreme Court, neither a department nor program of county government ordinarily adopts and complies with the policies of the County of Johnston, particularly its purchasing policy. So what he's saying here is, we're the Johnston County Sheriff's Office. We're not part of the government. We're not part of anything of Johnston County. So we don't have to abide by their purchasing policy or any of their policies because we're our own group. Well, he's getting this from Young versus Bailey. If you read Young versus Bailey, you will see that pretty much this has to do with deputy sheriff. Are they working for the sheriff or are they working for the county? Basically, the sheriff believes he is not with the county. He doesn't have to answer to the county. His purchasing, his employees' pay rate, anything. He just feels like he is above everyone else, and the money that he receives, he just asks for and he gets it. And he has to show no proof of where he spends it or how he spends it or anything. He has no one to answer to. That is not true, because I found a general statute that says it authorizes a county board of commissioners to fix or approve the schedule of pay, expense allowances, and other compensation of all county officers and employees, whether elected or appointed, and may adopt position classification plans. So right there it tells you that the board has the right to fix things, to make it's a budget, pretty much. I've not seen, not one time, a published budget from the sheriff's office. Why? Because I have a feeling all he does is throw a number out there and says, this is what I need. And then he does whatever he wants to with it, when he wants to, And I'm going to tell you that is a very dangerous thing to give a sheriff or anyone a lump sum of money and say, hey, here you go. Make sure you spend it wisely. No, that's stupid. So when I read this, okay, I go back and I look for, okay, did the board know that, did anybody know he was doing these purchases? Well, then I found something. Just very, very interesting. That it seems like the board lied, the county attorney lied, and the sheriff lied. They knew what the sheriff was wanting, what he was wanting to do. August 23rd, 2018, he filed a grant and had to go in front of the board or tell the board, hey, I filed for this grant for these gas masks. I need approval so I can get them through, the purchasing deal with the federal government. And what does it say here? Sheriff Steve Bizzle submitted the following memorandum and informed the Board of Commissioners that the Johnston County Sheriff's Office has applied for the 2018 basically justice grant funds in the amount of $13,651. Sheriff Bizzle stated the grant funds will be used to purchase 40 Avon Protection brand gas masks with cartridges to replace the old and outdated models for the patrol division. Okay, Steve Bizzle lied his ass off. Steve's lied. The county's lied. The board's lied. Everybody's lied because everybody knew about gas mask, pretty much. Now, what is the reasoning for this? What does it matter? Whether the funds come from the federal government or they come from the county money? Well, that's a lot. This is very important. I want you to pay attention to something. $13,651 for 40 Avon Protection brand gas masks. Avon is a top quality brand, and it's 40. Well, remember now, he bought 20 for $11,000 something. It shows that he has overspent county money when all he had to do was wait and get this government money. But I don't even see where this government money ever even came in. So where did it go? Did we get it or did we not get it? Well, that's strike one. Now, let's move on to the second part of this employee misconduct. High stock levels and inventory requirements. Continued purchase of items declared excess. Procurement. Deviation from best quality and price. He bought 7 vehicles for $250,000 and 20 gas masks for $11,960. He is overpaid for those masks. I mean, he's paid double, just about double. Why? To me, there's something wrong with this picture. Y'all just saw it. It was 40 high-end brand gas mask for $13,651, and then you got 20 gas masks bought for $11,960. You see what I'm talking about? That's a problem. Now, I actually did some interviews and talked to a few people, and this is what they had to say. A retired detention officer states, "We never had any gas mask, nor did we have OC spray. If we got OC spray, we bought it ourselves." That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. A retired deputy sheriff states, during my time as a deputy sheriff, I never had a gas mask issued to me, nor was there a gas mask in my patrol unit. A lot of us patrol deputies did not have gas masks. So, there again, that's Steve spending money out of the county. Did we even get these gas masks? Or did he just give money for gas masks that don't even exist? Well, Steve, that's strike two. Now, let's go to the third one. Stock ownership by government employees in contractors or subcontractors company. Government employees depends or relatives employed by contractor or subcontractor. When he purchased these vehicles, without getting a written quote, his daughter is married to the dealership's son. Is that important? You damn right it is. Because he didn't follow purchasing policy, and he made the excuse that it was because we couldn't find them or they didn't have any, and it was civil unrest, and that's all lies, lies, lies. And look at this. There's a company called WT's Enterprises. Well, what's significant about that? Well, they sell firearms. It's listed as a sporting goods place. So it's in Wayne County, and this happens to be the father-in-law of Steve Bizzle. And if you look right looky, who's assistant treasurer? His wife. Steve Bizzle's own wife. Here. So how's that significant? Well, let me tell you why. During this time, Steve discontinued the .45 caliber issued weapon at the sheriff's office and issued every one of them brand new 9mm handguns with night sights, extras on top of extras for these firearms. Okay. What's the problem? The problem is, one, he didn't get bids, and he bought them from his wife. So he was actually, and his father-in-law. So he's actually making money on top of money. And what's worse in the whole ordeal is it's not even in our county. I mean, this is Wayne County again. I think he shows his loyalty to Wayne County. If he shows his loyalty to Wayne County, he needs to get the hell out of Johnston County and go to Wayne County. A retired deputy sheriff. Several years ago, 2015, if I remember correctly, the sheriff changed our issued .45 caliber sidearm to a 9mm. To the 9mm. We received these new 9mm firearms from WT Guns up in Goldsboro. A current deputy that's there now said we went from the .45 caliber sidearm to the 9mm a few years back. We got these from Steve's father-in-law up there in Goldsboro. He has a gun shop right off 70 Highway as you're entering Wayne County. Dude, if he's got a blank checkbook, we should be afraid of where he's spending this money. Because not only that, everywhere you follow the trail of where he's spending this money, those are the people that have donated to his campaign. It's sickening. We need to stop the bleeding. Johnston County could have been out of debt as long as he's been in that office, way out of debt, and had millions of dollars just in surplus. But he has been using this office to do things he needs to do and help other people outside of this county make money. And I can't tell you how much money is unaccounted for other things, but we're going to get into that. So, Steve, guess what? That's strike 3. With that being said, hopefully this will help get you out. Because after the 3rd strike, you're usually out in a game. And if it's a game you're playing, we're not. Johnston County citizens are tired of your bullshit. And they're going to show you November 8th, I hope. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, hit me up on Messenger. And I'll try and answer those questions. If you want to wait until I get the phone system connected, just hang tight and it'll be there. So tomorrow I should have another live. If not, it'll be the next day. So anyway, guys, sorry for the delay. I love you. Appreciate it. Have a good night.